What's going on, YouTube fam, and welcome back to another video. And today we're going to be talking about Colombia, the truth of Colombia in 2024. Now, I know you all have probably seen a lot of different videos about things that are happening in Colombia. Some dangers, some unfortunate accidents and loss of life and things of that nature. It's a hotbed for all these reports coming out of Latin America. And I have spoken about Colombia once or twice on my channel before, but I feel like as a person who, I'm in the expat community, the travel community, especially here focused in Latin America, I felt it was my duty to report on this to let you all know what's going on and how you can stay safe. So, let's talk about Colombia. I've been to Colombia. I had a great time there. It was a beautiful experience, but that was some years ago in 2017. Now, even then it had its problems, but now there is a lot going on because there was a certain boom in tourism in Medellin, particularly in the whole country. But Medellin got last year 1.8 million tourists, which is something that is monumental, not only for Colombia, but for the city of Medellin that is not used to that load of tourism, right? So many people coming in one year. Now, let's be real here. A lot of these tourists are single men that are coming either from Western countries. It's not only exclusive to the States, but Western countries, and they want to have fun. They want to hook up with the local ladies. And I'm not saying it's the case for 100%. I know some people generally want to go because they see things that they like about Colombia, and I understand not everybody's a tourist looking to pay for play and things of that nature. So I'm not going to loop everybody into one category, but a lot of that's going on, and most of that's going on, and people want to go there, and they, I understand you want to have a good time. Colombia's a beautiful place. I mean, it's beautiful. Of course, the people are beautiful, the women are beautiful, the culture is beautiful, there's nature, you got beaches, mountains, everything you can imagine. So it is a very beautiful country, and I had the privilege of getting to know a little bit of the country as well. But the thing is here is that a lot of people are going for the wrong reasons. Now, this is not a slant on Colombia. This is not me telling you, don't go to Colombia. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that you have to be extra careful. If Colombia is a must visit for you, if Colombia is a place that you need to go, you need to be careful, especially in 2024. Within a week, a little bit over a week, 5 different foreigners were taken away from us in Medellin. So there is a problem there. Now, a lot of people are victim blaming, and they're saying, oh, it's all these passport bros and, older expats that are like predators and stuff like that. Yeah, most of that is happening with that crowd, but there are people who are living in Colombia for years and have been there and have, connections and know people and are established, and they still they still come victim to these problems. And this happens to even Colombians too. Nobody's safe. It's not like it's only for tourists. Like Colombians, this has been happening for a long time. And it's really causing problems for the country because, if you're a traveler and you have awareness of what's going on, to stay away from certain areas. So this is going to detract a lot of people, and that's understandable. So one thing I can say is that if you must go to Colombia, be careful. Now, a lot of people say, oh, well, it's how you move. It's how you move around it. Listen. Yes, it does help if you know what to do, you're well experienced in travel, especially in Latin America, and you're smart and you know what to do and what not to do, what to look for, what not to look for, and those general things. But there have been people who have been veterans who've lived in Colombia for so long that become victims. Some survive, unfortunately, some don't. So this is not something that is exclusive to just, oh, if you know what you're doing, you know how to move, then you're going to be protected at all times. No, the situation is Colombia has a security issue. And it's not just in Medellin, it's in Cartagena, it's in Cali, it's in Barranquilla, the major cities. And don't get me wrong, you could be perfectly safe in Colombia. You could be perfectly safe there and have no issues at all. But I think if you're a first-time traveler to Latin America, Colombia wouldn't be the best place to start, and I can do a separate video on that because I thought about giving you all out there who are not really experienced in Latin America some good starter places you can get your feet wet. So I'll probably come out with an entire video, but I wouldn't recommend it for first-time travelers unless you have contacts there or you have family there, people you know, because then you'll be in good hands. You'll be around people who know the lay of the land. But if you're a newbie and you're traveling by yourself especially, I recommend seeing another place in Latin America first before going to Colombia, because then you'll get a little bit of that knowledge of how to travel around Latin America, and you'll be a little bit sharper and not just thrown into the fire, okay? So the reality of it is that it's a problem, and there's a lot of people downplaying it, saying that, oh, you know, it's the tourists' fault and this and that. And no, I'm not defending all the tourists. I'm not defending, but I know I'm not saying that they deserve to be taken away either. You know what I mean? This is a thing that's is not being addressed by the authorities. And there's a new mayor in Medellin, and he's saying, oh, I'm going to clean this up, and we don't want you tourists coming down here to exploit and this and that. And that sounds good. And if he actually does that, that's amazing, because you can clean things up. But it's not only about the tourists, it's about solving the problem in general. You know what I mean? Putting those consequences, because a lot of times there's no consequences, and that's why a lot of these things go unpunished, and it keeps going on. So if you must go to Colombia, do it safely. Do as much research as you can. There's so many videos out there. Try to join Facebook groups, connect with locals, make friends. Even before you get there, you could join Facebook groups and interact with people, and you know, you can make connections. That makes things a lot easier. And that's no matter where you go in the world. But the truth is, right now, Colombia is a dangerous country to visit, and you got to be extra careful if you're not well versed in the way things run in Latin America. And I just recommend that if it's your first time traveling, especially Latin America, don't start in Colombia. Go to other places, and I'll make a video on that. Like I said, you know, that'll get you that experience, okay? Now, one thing is that if you do go to Colombia, don't put yourself in positions to become a victim. Don't put yourself, you know, if you're a man and you see that cute girl and she's giving you attention, if it seems too good to be true, it most likely is. You know, and there's another good idea. You can go to smaller cities like Pereira or Armenia, Bucaramanga, that are quite stable and are not having these big issues with crime. Santa Marta. And, you know, they're still nice. They're smaller, maybe less things to do than the bigger cities, but still good experiences, and you can still enjoy. And that's where you'll really learn the Colombian culture, because you'll be in smaller cities, so it's a more closely knit environment. But the situation right now, as of February 13, 2024, Colombia is quite a risky place to visit. As I said earlier, if you have connections, if you know people, it's great. If you don't, but you're a veteran traveler, just keep your third eye, you know, out there, and don't just trust anybody, and just be careful of, you know, who you trust and how you move around. And that will significantly decrease your chances of becoming a victim, because the whole point of traveling is to enjoy, not to be looking behind your shoulder 24/7, or, you know, being fear, because to me that's not enjoying life. You know, when I travel, I want to enjoy, and I'm sure you all do too. So Colombia right now, and I want to see, a lot of people are giving hope, saying that the new mayor is going to clean things up in Medellin and across the country. The mayor of Cartagena has started doing some things there. So if they really get serious this and really tackle this, then Colombia can be, you know, much bigger in terms of safety, and, you know, they can profit off of that with the tourist dollars, because that will help. And you got people coming from all over, from Asia, from the you know, Middle East, Europe, US, Canada. Like, they're coming from all over, other parts of Latin America. So in the end, I'm not saying don't go to Colombia, but if you're going to Colombia, be careful, because the situation is serious right now. And a lot of people downplayed, which I think is very irresponsible, but there are some good content creators out there that keep it real. And this is why I wanted to keep it real with you all. There's a lot of cases, and you all could just search drugged and robbed in Colombia, or robbed in Colombia, or, you know, anything, or tourist gets robbed in Colombia. Any one of those, like, types of search phrases, and you're going to find all kinds of information, and you're going to see, wow, it's getting real. And I'm hearing reports all the time, you know, and I have a few trusted sources, and it's you know, it's getting crazy. So that's what I wanted to talk about. Colombia still is a beautiful country, and like I said, if you must go there, get connected. And if you want to go there and you've never been to Latin America, I'm going to make a video on that. Maybe I'll make that my next video, to show you the best places to go. All right. And then after that experience, you can go to Colombia feeling more confident. And yeah, people go there all the time, and you can go there without any incident. But be careful no matter where you travel, and just keep in the news. If Colombia is an interesting place to you, just keep in the news what's going on now, because it's happening more frequently. Just keep your eyes sharp out there. All right. So that's all I got to say. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope you found this video informational and worthwhile, some value for all those people out there. Y'all stay safe. Definitely coming back with a new video soon. Peace.